Hey folks, I didn't plan this one, but my new Accurascale came, so I thought I'd put out an emergency episode. So basically, this is a sound-fitted Class 31, and I'm going to run cold start procedure on it, so I'm not going to waffle through it while it's doing that. But I'll just let you have a little listen to it, then we'll have a little chat. I'd nearly talked my son out of buying one of these, and I say that, I've actually got another one on pre-order which I've paid for, so I technically had already bought one of these. But I almost talked my son out of buying the second one of these. But just as a bit of a spoiler alert, I tell you now, I don't regret it. I'm absolutely chuffed to bits with it. I got it straight out at box, and I thought, I ain't seen any of these yet. It's got to be one of the first ones to arrive. Maybe I might be talking nonsense, but it's got to be one of the first ones out on YouTube. Maybe I'm talking nonsense, but I tried my best to get it to be one of the first ones out on YouTube, just in case yours hasn't arrived and you've ordered one, or you want to pick one up. If you want to pick one up, they've sold out now at Accurascale, so you'd have to go to one at other dealers. I'm sure there'll be some bits and bobs dotting about, and I tell you now, you've got to go for sound fitted. If you've got sound, get yourself sound fitted. They're absolutely next level good, these. I got it out at box. I thought, I'm not messing about, I'm not doing any running in procedures, I'm just going to run it. This has been out at box for as long as it's been on this track, plus about 2 minutes while I just put it onto CV programming and changed CV number. But absolutely smooth as, buttery smooth, straight out of packet. Unbelievable, absolutely unbelievable. I know how sometimes I come across as a little bit of a moaner with stuff, because if stuff doesn't run properly, I'll say it doesn't run properly. I'm not into not upsetting people. I'll call Accurascale, I'll call Cavalex, I'll call Hornby. Well, if they're not running right, I'll tell you, because I think for money we pay, they need to run right. I tell you now, this one absolutely runs amazing. It's absolutely top notch. I don't know if I've got particularly lucky with this one. I don't think I have. It just runs absolutely sublime. It's got no cogging. It runs absolutely smooth as out on speed step 1 without any messing about running it in. It runs smooth and consistent. There's no speed, there's no jerking, there's no nothing. It's just absolutely perfect out of the box. And I didn't expect it were going to impress me as much as it has done. It's got one of the features it's got that I've not come across before. It's got its own little clickety-clack sound, like a real train goes over tracks. It's like that. Sorry, I'm just having a bit of a snort on my nose. I'm not doing no illegal, it's just that I had a bit of an itchy nose. Normally, if I'd have done a bit of a snort while I'm doing a bit of audio, I'd have probably cut that out and redone it. But because this is an emergency episode, this weren't meant to exist, so it's basically a bonus. So no, the next episode's planned in my mind, and it ain't this one. So we're gonna have to just fit this one in and get on with it. But I can tell you now, in the meantime, as you can see, it's all ready for this new and his cafe family fun day. It's almost ready. We've got Big Tower still there. We've got Mini Owners Club still there. We've got a few other bits to get in, but pretty much it's all in process of going ahead, and it'll be any time soon. That I can tell you now, that'll be getting filmed tomorrow because I'm off tomorrow and my young one's going to summer camp. So summer camp for summer filming for me. It's not summer camp. Why am I saying summer camp? It's just some kind of school camp. I don't even know what it is. All I know is I'm going to get to play trains. So as it's running round, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put bits and bobs of different sound things on. So I've already done that screeching nonsense where it's going round bends and it's all screeching and whatnot. I've turned that off now, probably. I think I have anyway, but I turned it off because I can't listen to that for too long. It blows my head off. But the clickety-clack, I left it on because it sounds absolutely phenomenal. I'll run that all the time with that. It's absolutely lovely. So, what's my opinion then? My opinion is, on these Class 31s, I've already been running that Class 31 away in Atkinson's, that blue one. It's not sound fitted. How do I think this compares to that one? Honestly, to me, it's night and day better. Having sound file is just amazing. It's just so good. It does the fan on the roof automatic and all that. It just does it all so good. I know it's a bit more money, but if you're into sound, I'd definitely recommend it over not recommending it. I mean, it might be semi-unfair me saying that because the one of Wayne's, I've only got the light function, turning your basic lights on and off, because I didn't bother reading card, even though he's told me twice to read it. I still haven't got around to reading it, Wayne, and setting it up, but it's still good and lovely. It's just that I just really like these sound ones. I just really, really do. So we've got two Accurascale 31s at the minute, and we've got I've got that network rail one, that yellow one with all extra lamps on front on pre-order that I bought it about 5 weeks ago, and it's itching me already that it's not turned up. And I tell you what else hasn't turned up, my repaired 66. I've still not heard out about that. I emailed them a few weeks back and they basically said it were ready to get looked at next week. I don't know if that's a standard answer though, so I'm going to send another email in a probably week or so, maybe even a day or so, depending if I can be bothered. And I'm going to see if I get a standard generic answer, and I'll report that back because it's getting on now. It's getting on. I posted it on 18th of December and we're now in, is it 18th of Feb today or 17th? It's like 2 months, innit? Which, I don't know. I don't know what turnaround time is. I've never had to send one back, but it seems a long thing that. If it's just a motor, it's like, I mean, I'm not going to say it's a 5-minute job because I could probably do it in 5 minutes, but it'll never run again, and it'd have about 5 pieces broke off it minimum. But I'm sure someone who's got nimble fingers and a bit of a whiz with a soldering iron could probably do it within half an hour. I don't know, I might be talking waffle nonsense, but I'm not meaning to. I just hope it turns up soon because I don't want it to go missing in post, or I'm going to have to go madman. So my mate here, the 58, he keeps stalling on that point. I don't know if one of the wires has fell off, because that point, again, these seat point motors, when I did them, I've put them in and you can't get to them all. And I know some wiring, soldering pads fell off some of them. I don't know if it's because he used garbage solder or if it's because them seat point motor pads are not great or what I did. I'm no soldering expert. I didn't think I was bad, but I've had a few failures. But the pads have basically come off, so I don't know if I've had soldering iron too hot. Not that it can be temperature adjusted. It's probably been held on too long or something. I don't know. But just on a side note, look at that step one. Look at him riding by them two on bridge. That speed step one, smooth as you like, and it'll do that all day long. It's absolutely well decent. Anyway, jumping back about that 58, yeah, it keeps stalling on that point, and then these coal wagons keep stopping on this bridge, which is all fair enough, because it might just be a red signal, mightn't it? I don't know. I ain't got signals fitted, so who knows? But he might have the signal reader that tells him it's a red signal, but I think it might be wiring, or just a little bit of a thing that don't like that thing. It's not got a stay alive, so maybe it's just a bit of crap on that point area. So basically I swap him mid-video to the EWS66, which just runs absolutely buttery smooth as well. And look at this. We haven't had a drone up in weeks. Who'd have thought we'd have had Drone Man for emergency episode? Unbelievable, innit? I don't half look after you lot. He was telling me about this drone earlier. He's just bought it, it's brand new, and he's paid, you'll not believe this, he's paid 20 grand for it. 20 grand. It's got 2 batteries, so apparently batteries last absolutely for ages now, and there's no issues, and it says it basically can fly itself, so look at footage it gets. Oh mate, that's not ideal, is it? Have you? He's smashed it straight up, 20 grand. I tell you what, he never learns, does he? He never learns. Tell you what, about 10 years ago, bit of a funny story, I used to fly radio-controlled planes, and my cousin used to come with us, and he weren't the best. He had a lot of motivation, but he didn't have the best flying skills, and we used to be a bit of a bugger with him. We used to do competitions who could fly lowest to floor whilst inverted, and basically he quite often ended up in him smashing his planes up. I shouldn't laugh, but that's what he used to do, and basically I can remember one day he smashed one up. He went home, bought one from model shop, built it and brought it back the same day and flew it, and glue weren't there, so that broke its centerpieces mid-flight as well, which it was like double trouble. Anyway, my drone man reminds me of my cousin, so yeah, it's quite funny that I just brought it back. I don't know if you're interested, but yeah, I used to quite like them planes. That's another expensive hobby as well once you start going to big stuff, especially when they're smashing to the ground flat out and they're about £1,000's worth. That's not ideal. You can salvage basically your batteries that are worth basically nothing, and everything else gets ruined. Right, he's done a decent job of them wagons. I don't know what you thought of that. I've run him slow, medium, fast. I've not run him full speed, but he's gone around all different speeds, all different sound files. And now what he's going to do, he's going to pick up, the reason I bought him in the first place, he's going to pick up his own regional railways coaches, folks. It doesn't get better than this. Doesn't get better, and also he's been fitted with a KD coupling, so I've got a bit of a thing with couplings. If anyone's been following me from the beginning, they'll know that I've got a bit of a thing with couplings. I almost go a bit crackers about it, because when they don't work, it drives me insane. So I've put a KD on this now, and I don't even know if it's going to work. So basically, sometimes they're too high on loco, sometimes they're too low, sometimes they're too floppy, and basically, if a KD's not right, it doesn't stay connected. When they do stay connected, for me, there's not a coupling that comes close to them. They're the outright best coupling in the world for me. They look brilliant, they perform brilliant. You run them off at magnets to uncouple, it's all brilliant. But when they're not running right and they're not lined up right, they're not so brilliant, and it gets right on my nerves. And they cost a fortune as well, because they're about a tenner for 3 or 4, and that gets on my nerves too. But it is what it is. So anyway, gets him coupled up with KD, and it appears to be nice and sturdy and pretty much in the right place. So let's go, folks. He's taking his regional railways train. We've got passengers on board. They're all buzzing. Everyone is absolutely buzzing. That's a classic phrase. I've not heard that for a while. I heard it, I'll be honest with you. I went to wash my missus's car yesterday because it was due an MOT today, and basically it had not been washed in months, and it looked like it was from scrapyard. So I thought, for me, I think if you take a car clean, they think you look after it, even if you don't, and it fares it better on an MOT test. Anyway, I'm digressing. Basically, I'm in shop, and I'm just buying a number plate light bulb because it needed one of them as well. Apparently, it had been telling her that on dashboard all year, but she didn't think it meant out. Anyway, so I buys this bulb and I gets it fitted. But as I'm in shop buying this bulb, there were a bloke in queue, and he was probably about 50. I'm going to say we're 50-year-old at a guess, because he was similar age to me, a bit older than me. And a woman says, "Hey, love, you all right?" And he goes, "I'm buzzing, love." I thought, my God. I mean, I don't even know why I'm telling you this story. I just thought it was just a little bit crackers, because she obviously thought, you're mad. And I don't even think she wanted to speak to him after that. In fact, if they'd have been security on, I think they'd have took him out in a headlock, because it's not kind of phrase you say to someone, is it? It just seemed a bit off to me. Well, it was mad. Anyway, it's blown my mind enough to talk about it on here, so yeah, that were good. So if that were you, mate, and you're watching my video, no, I really did like it when you told her you were buzzing. It was fantastic. I bet you'd been in my depot shed, hadn't you, with all that smoke. Just on a side note, before we forget to talk about it, look how slow them MGRs are going round now with that 66. It's just beautiful, that, isn't it? I mean, it's going to take all day to get to where he's going, but that's good, isn't it? Because he's still getting paid no matter what speed he goes. so he can basically eat sandwiches and everything and not really have to pay a lot of attention. I thought you might want to know about my Liberty Junction 2 progress, because I basically said I was going to put progress on every video, wasn't I? And then my birthday came, and basically I haven't told you anything, have I? That's because nothing at all's happened. I've got that 3D printer. I've sent down a wormhole of absolute craziness with it. But I still managed to get plenty of videos out, I think, can't I? I mean, some people only hear one every 2 weeks, and some people, I don't even know what they do, but I still tried. But this is an emergency episode, so it doesn't matter, I can waffle a little bit. Anyway, the progress is a big fat nothing. In fact, it's not. I'll tell a lie, you know. I've printed today, you know that little rocky section I've got with track grid at bottom, what's just basically scenery. Basically, I've printed a tunnel portal and I've designed it to fit in that plaster rock. So it's got more brick on one side than other, and I'll if I could be bothered to take a photo of it and show you, I would, but I don't think I can because it's an emergency episode. But yeah, so that's a bit of progress, but that's all progress it is. It's very tiny amount, isn't it? I've just realised, we're 16 minutes into the video and I've been waffling constantly. And I don't know if you've got to hear that clickety-clack, so I think there's a clickety-clack bit coming up, so I might just stop talking for a few seconds so you can see it. And Graffiti Lad's back there now he's done that container. He thinks I don't know, though. Thinks I didn't get him on camera. I definitely did. That's my old scrap line. I've shown it once or twice before, but if anyone hasn't seen it, it's just there. Look, it's only a little section. It's about 2 foot long. We're a bit quiet then. Did you hear clickety-clack? I stopped talking because I knew you'd be able to hear it. It's nice, isn't it, that? Clickety-clack. Why have they not done that all along? It's a great idea, that. I like it. Hey, I'll tell you what else I realised today. I was just planning to print some bits and pieces off. In fact, it was that tunnel portal. And then I just thought to myself, basically, you can basically do whatever you want. You can literally make your own signs up, can't you? What say whatever they want. So what I did was, I've basically got an old container office designed, and I've added some signage to it, and I think you're gonna like this. I'll get a photo of it. Basically, Wayne Atkinson, my financial advisor, I've done him his own office, and I know he's not an official financial advisor, so I've had to call it financial advisor-ish. But it's somewhere for him to work on layout. That's decent as out, isn't it? So now, next time the new model comes out and it's on cheap, and you don't need to text me anymore, I can just walk into office. It's only going to be up from Annie's Cafe, I think, for the time being. I just need to get it all painted up and then he can get his moved in. So that's all right, isn't it? I bet he's going to love that. And I'm hoping with that, he's probably going to let me foster some more locos off him, because every loco needs fostering, doesn't it? Let's face it, they're going to be lonely, they're going to get cobwebs on them, so they might as well have an happy life for the time being and be fostered. What do you reckon? What do you reckon? I think so. Anyway, that's just my opinion, like. Anyway, in blink of an eye, he's coming up to the end of his service. He's dropping passengers back off at platform 1. We're coming to the end of the video. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put some close-ups and show you a few of the sounds without it all running. Jesus Christ, I can't even talk. It's because it's an emergency episode. I'll leave it on. Basically, on the programming track. Oh man, I'm going to delete that. No, I'm not. Sorry, it's an emergency episode. Yeah, on programming track, I just got it playing the horns and stuff, so it looks alright, and it's not a angle I ever take a photo of or whatever, so it'll be something different, so I enjoy it. I bought that little kiosk there for Australia World, didn't I? And then we had to shut it down, so I don't really know what to do with that now. It's kind of a bit strange there. Doesn't really fit, does it? Might have to move it. And I was thinking the other day, I don't know where, I basically painted up about 25 police officers, and I don't know where they all are now, so there's one there. Might have to have a competition, find me all my police officers that I've lost. Loads that, wasn't it? Right, that sort of sounds it'll let me play without it moving, so we'll do a bit of up close and personal, do some zooming in, look at detail through them windows though. It's absolutely phenomenal. There's like a poster thing on the wall or something. I don't know if it's, I think it might be some page 3 models that he's put in. I think Ladderman might have done that. But yeah, it's got lighting up dashboard, which I've not got an image of, so you'll just have to imagine what that looks like. It's got these orange pipes and all that nonsense there, what looks fantastic. Bogie detail looks fantastic. Paint job looks fantastic. Roof looks fantastic. Orange stripe outside looks fantastic. You get an idea? Are you getting an idea though? I don't want you going away thinking, I wonder if that looks fantastic or not, because it actually does. Do I think you should get one? Yeah, absolutely, I do. I think you should, definitely. I imagine all sound fitted on par with this one, and it's well decent. I can't wait to get my yellow one. It's going to be amazing. I'm going to call it Banana Man. I'm not. It's that's stupid. I won't even call it that. But yeah, it just looks brilliant. Even roof, it's just, even without any weathering on it, it looks well decent, doesn't it? Yeah. Thanks for watching, folks. Emergency episode.